Hi, I'm Michelle, and this is your friendly pre-fill tutorial. So a filler, which is what I call it, is for the 298 specifically, and it will help, I hope, speed your process through the form as you test it. What does a pre-filler do? It pre-fills some of your answers, not all of your answers, but some of your answers. Because of the way DocAssemble works, filling in all of your answers will actually skip questions, and we don't want to skip the questions. We just want to help you fill them in faster because you need to see that the flow is happening in the way that it should happen. So this I think is most useful for people filling in a lot of children, but I think it can be useful in other ways as well. And I'll just show you how that works. So what it says here is you will have to actively support the properties you pick. That means that if I say I have 8 children, I'm going to have to do something like, and you can click on this to see a little note about it. I have to actively choose when I'm faced with the question of do you have children, I have to pick yes, because this filler is not answering that for you. So you have to but you don't have to remember your answers too much, and I'll show you why. So I'm going to say, 5 schools, daycares. Let's just make this ridiculously, overblown. It fills in visitation orders, visitation center info. It sets some of the defendant properties. This might not be useful, or it might not be useful to everyone. It's an experiment. So if it's not useful, definitely let me know. And I don't feel like I've wasted time on it. And it's good to know the results of the experiment. So here's the PDF that shows you the choices you pick, just so if you come to children and you go, did I have children? You can come back here and look and say, yes, I had 8 children. If you're checking the PDF, which I don't think we're doing this round, you would be able to check that the names are correct, that all the information that you put in is, and that the filler put in is showing up correctly. It also has suggestions for what to put in the field so that everybody gets consistent answers, but that's not necessarily required. So it suggests Pat. It suggests your birth date being 1990, which I didn't look at last time, but all right. So then I hit next, which is here above the PDF. The PDF is down here, and the next button is up here because that's how DocAssemble do. Here, terms of use is already selected, and I'll just take you through the form. I'm picking to protect me and my children because it makes sense to me, not because anybody's told me to. Maybe I should run an actual test this way. 1990 was a safe year, January 1st. Next. So all this stuff down here has been pre-filled for me, but the first name, if you notice, was not filled in for me. So I see all the screens. Do you and Drew have any children together? I remember that I did pick to have joint children together. Let's see, right? Defendant is parent of 7 children. Okay. So yes. Do you have children under 18? I said yes, and it fills in 8 for me. You see how I have to support the, and I'm very callous, and I'm just going to C3, and then I press enter, and that helps me go fast. C4, C5, C6. I'm not going to call them Cody because who the heck cares, right? C7, and it says, sets the parent, whether Drew is the parent. And then here it says no, because we said that only 7 children were the child of the defendant. Do I have other children? Yes, I did say I had other children. CC1, and the defendant is parent of none of them. So I live in the same household, or used to, or whatever. Pre-filled these ones. It wasn't able to pre-fill these ones down here. That is intentional. And now you basically have the idea. You can stop watching this video at any time. I'm just going to keep showing you the features that have been selected, that have been developed so far for it. Yes, yes, no, no, and next, next. Well, you know what, I'm curious. What happens if I don't put anything in there? Oh, very nice. Nope. Great. We need to include orders, yes, because I asked for a visitation center, and this isn't pre-filled. Also, if you see things that it would be helpful to pre-fill, I should have said that earlier. Whatever. If you see things that it would be helpful for the filler to pre-fill, let me know. Because I can probably add them in. And if this is not useful to you, let me know, because did I already say that? Probably. Because that would also be very useful to me. And see, it filled in, it couldn't fill in the yes answer here, but it could fill in everything else. Do you already have child support? No, whatever. There's one other section that this helps with. And that is the defendant information. Yes, they used another name. It's already there. Yes, no, they don't speak English. The language is there. Don't have a photo. Didn't fill in the race, but it filled in everything else. Didn't fill in the height, but it filled in everything else. Yes, and then it fills in the description of the gun. Doesn't matter, right? I don't remember. I could check the PDF for what address would be useful, but I'm not going to. This looks all filled in, but it isn't. You can ask me why at some point if you want. And that is basically it. I mean, you've got some information about yourself, address, and some phone contact info. But that is the basics of what is pre-filled for you. All right, have questions? Stop on by and message me in Slack. Thank you.